Alright guys, so I'm starting by priming my eyes. I'm using an LA Girl or LA Color primer. Now I took that on my lid and under my lower lash line and I'm blending it out with my fingers. And now I'm using Fawn LA Girl Pro Concealer just to, I guess, serve as a base for my eyeshadows. I'm going into Soba eyeshadow by MAC and I'm using that as my brow highlight. It's a beautiful color. And I'm putting that at the highest part of my brow bone and then blending it outward. So blending it outward and blending it down. Now I'm going into Texture by MAC. And I'm taking that on a fluffy eyeshadow brush. This is my favorite eyeshadow brush for blending. And this is by Sonia Kashuk. And I'm just working that into my crease and bringing it up to meet my brow bone highlight and blending the two together. Now I'm going into, I think this is Brown Script. Don't quote me on that. I'll have all the colors in the description box below. But this is another MAC eyeshadow and I'm using that same brush. But this time I'm using the very point, the very tip of the brush. And I'm, in essence, applying that right under the texture. And I'm blending them together. So what I'm doing is creating a gradient effect. And you want to blend, blend, blend. Blending is key for this look. Now I'm going into another MAC eyeshadow. And I'm using a more dense brush because I want to start to build some depth in that crease. And I'm putting that right under where I placed the other colors. So I'm stacking the colors and I'm blending them out, trying to make sure that they're seamless and that the colors look really diffused. So again, girls, blending is key. And I'm going back with that fluffy brush and I'm going back into the other two colors that I used and I'm just further blending, just making sure that there are no harsh lines, that you can't tell where one color stops and where the other color begins. Now I'm going into an eyeshadow called Central Perk. And this is from ColourPop Cosmetics. And I'm just going to pack this color in on the inner and outer third of my eyes. And I'm going to pack it on there until I have the concentration of color that I want. And you'll see in a second that I'm going to flip that brush over on its side. And I'm going to use that to blend that color lightly into my crease. Now I'm going to go back in with that dense, fluffy brush and I'm going to blend it. Once again, we don't want to be able to see where one color begins and where the other one ends. We want it to be nicely diffused. Now in the center of my eyelid, I'm going to go into this other ColourPop Cosmetics eyeshadow called Boy Band. And I'm going to use a synthetic brush. And I'm just going to pack that on the center of my lid, that space that I left open. Now I'm going to continue to pack it until it has the intensity that I want. And as I pack it on, I'm also doing some blending on the edges of my eyes to meet with the other color. Now to add a little razzle dazzle, I'm going to use this e.l.f. eyeliner in bronze. And I'm just going to place that right on the center. Now I don't like to wear a whole lot of glitter on my eyes because I wear contacts. And when this glitter gets in my eyes, it is the devil. So I wanted a little glitter, but not too much. So what you see me doing right now is just repeating some of the steps that I did in my crease. I'm just deepening. I'm using that brown, that orangey brown and black, and I'm blowing out my lower lash line with a fluffy blending brush. So I'm just diffusing that color on my lower lash line and going back in with that glitter and applying it to my inner tear duct to use it as an inner tear duct highlight. And as you can see, putting some on my lower lash line as well. So now I'm dusting away that powder from setting my highlight using my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Dark. I'm just dusting that away. And when you use your normal face powder on top of your highlight powder, it just helps to bring everything together, and it makes that highlight not look so harsh. Now I'm going into my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit, and I'm using one of those contour colors just to deepen my contour. And now for blush, I decided to keep it very simple and to stay kind of in the same color tone as my eyes. So I'm using MAC's Format blush, which is really pretty. It's a brown, coppery, red undertone blush with some shimmer. And to highlight, the first thing I'm going to use is this bronzer. It's called Bronze Goddess, and this is by Sonia Kashuk. You can pick it up at Target. So I'm going to put that on the tops of my cheekbones, down the bridge of my nose, and I'm going to go on top of it with another highlighter. This one is from Wet n Wild. It's actually one of my favorites. So I just went on top of it to add a little bit more depth. And now I'm lining my lips with a lip liner by NYX, and this is in dark brown. And my new lippy, this is Grunge by ColourPop Cosmetics. This is one of their lippy sticks, and if you guys can't tell, I'm totally obsessed with ColourPop right now. I'm loving ColourPop Cosmetics, and I really do love this lippy. So we're all done, guys. The look is complete.
You love me no longer, I know, and maybe there is nothing that I can do.